you folks. Hello. Hi. Hi everyone here. I see lots of people here. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm Finil Shah. Doing besides nothing and design, I'm volunteer over here at Web3Conf. And as the banner says, okay, there was a banner. Anyways, banner says you have made it to Web3Conf. I would like to welcome you all to Web3Conf India. Go on. I hope you had fun yesterday in the groups, had some party and everything. But who didn't make it? Maybe people from the YouTube or whatsoever. I hope you have fun. Like nobody's the next 3 days are jam packed with amazing talks by OGs in the Web3 space. And blessings to whom who made it but were like the pretty one. With that said, today we have 6 talks, 1 panel, and 2 workshops. Starting from now to like around it will be going around 5 or 6 p.m. And we have a lunch break around 1 p.m. Alright, since I have started with design recently, I'm personally excited for the first talk, which is by Khyati, and it's regarding UX design for dApps, decentralized applications. Before we have, I would like to request you all to put your phones on silent so that speaker is like all good with the talk. And with that said, let's welcome Khyati on stage for the talk. Let's go.
So hello everyone, I'm Khyati. Till the presentation gets figured out, we can get started. So I'm very happy to be here. Are you all excited?
Yeah.
Great. Or I should ask, are you all happy because I'm not that energetic person to ask excited? But okay. So I work as a developer and as a designer. So I understand both sides of the story, what goes in the code and what goes in the head of the customer. So, and if you are building in Web3, or I say building in Web3, you should also be aware of both the sides, like how should your customer be reacting. So while I was preparing for this talk, my friend Ayushi, she asked me, like, why is UX even relevant in this space? And I'm like, bro, UX is relevant everywhere. So to give an example, I said, okay, so you drive a car. So why not car design is similar to some commercial vehicle design like aeroplane or bus, where the driver sits in the ahead and the passenger sits in behind. So in such case of design, you won't be enjoying the ride because the one person driving will feel very driver-like. So they especially design cars in such a way that every one of us can drive and have a good time, and that's how they reached to the consumers, millions and billions and trillions of consumers. I hope I cleared some doubts. If anyone had a similar doubt like I used to. So, other than that, UX is not only relevant in Web3, but it is very important because the users that will be onboarded into Web3 will be through dApps mostly. So, when we are going to onboard them using dApps, so it's the design of that app that the people will be using that will educate and make them trust the Web3 community. So that's what UX design comes in Web3.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, sure. Okay, I can start. So the one thing that we the first thing that we want to achieve do to achieve more and more users or the usability of Web3, we want to enable the blockchain literacy, because blockchain is still vague, much vague in many of the heads right now. I mean, we are here, but all the community that is not here, they are very unlikely to know about this. So to enable the blockchain literacy, what we can do is, yeah, so this is my topic, UX design for dApps, adding the trust layer to your Web3 project. Next slide. Next slide. Enabling blockchain literacy. So okay. So yeah, one of the things that we need to do to enable the blockchain literacy, we have to, just like the early days of Web2, we have to focus more on the consumer-oriented products. Because when we focus on when we educate people more, and by receiving the feedback on say how their behavior changes, so we make better systems, and our users get more educated about blockchain. And of course, as blockchain goes more and more mainstream, so the education that will be required will be less and less. So the first thing we need to do is connecting users back to what they know to help them bridge the knowledge gap. Because of course it is easy to ask someone to go up one stair than to go a whole set of stairs. And also because people tend to hear you more if you are relatable. So if you have seen this Ethereum or website, they use this example of Twitter for free from censorship. So when they talk about Twitter, people, it's a social practice that Twitter that they follow. So they would like to know more. So that Ethereum has used very well. And another such example would be MetaMask made this video, kind of introductory video to onboard people on MetaMask. So in this video they talk about all the transaction faults that happen every day, and how social websites try to steal our data, and people's payment methods get stolen. So they talk about it. Okay, sure. So you can watch this video on YouTube. It's available and it's very good video. Okay, we can go to the next one. Reducing the amount of technical jargon. So we all know there is a whole new blockchain lingo floating around, and it is very difficult to catch it. Like I had to Google so many times all the things to know the basics. So basically, what we need to do is for the dApps, we need to reduce the jargon and make the language as easy as possible for the users, because you can't make a kid learn by making him feel stupid. So, for example, this is the D by DX website. So, this is their home page, and when we see the terms they have used, perpetual contracts and deep liquidity, they are a little hard to understand. And as compared to their about page, their about page is super easy, like trading for everyone. Open platform for advanced crypto financial products, Ethereum blockchain, easy. So that's how, like this is an example how we should go. Next, showing enough without overwhelming. So when user walks around your dApp, you don't want them to be overwhelmed with the loads of education, because of course you have a lot to tell to the user before they start using, but again you can't throw a lump of directions to them. What you can do is something like this. When it's like when the mouse hovers on a block, the information shows up. So this is a kind of a setup where the user asks for the information and we provide it to them. And of course it works better if I have shown all the details in all the blocks. You or the user might have gone in the first view itself. And similarly on transaction pages, we can do something like this advanced setting button, where in the general page you just show the amount and all, but in the advanced setting you can show all the slippage tolerance, transaction deadline, and all the things which the user might want to know. Communicate using value, not a technical how, or as we like to call it, show, don't tell. The classic example is this website. If you have seen this audience, so they are basically discover new and exclusive music. So what they say that when they say that singers don't have to approach the record labels to publish their music, and they provide a music app to the users, and the users who listen to them and like the artist's music. So artists earn through the users like the music. So now they are doing all the decentralization that is required, but without like telling. We can figure this out from this. Okay, so this was enabling literacy, blockchain literacy. Let's move on to the new next topic, that is establishing trust through transparency. So after literacy, after educating the customer, you want to get their trust on your app. Now, how does it work? So yeah, to establish trust, we need transparency. So you remember the adoption of UPI. So UPI was through fiat currency, but still it took such a long time to get adopted by users, and in an insane amount of time. Right now, also our parents are getting to learn it. And why is this? I mean, why such a long time? Because people are generally risk averse. So whenever there is a slight chance that they might lose their money, so they'll try to avoid it completely. So what we can do is, first thing, being clear about the security. So what happens is, when we mention that our dApp is decentralized or open source, we generally tend to believe that it's secure, but from the recent hacks that we have seen, we know that blockchain isn't that secure, and we have to have separate security measures for our dApp to ensure a good user experience. So, for example, this is 1 inch, and they have a separate doc on how they are handling security other than the blockchain provided security. And similar thing we can do as well by providing a detailed doc, which of course everyone will not be reading, but it is available to be read by whoever wants to. Next is next thing we can do is to gain trust is transparency of transactions. So like show the breakdown of the transaction as detailed as possible. I don't know if you are able to see it. Price slippage, network fee, and all these fees should be written in detailed manner. So the user should know where the money is going, and they should be prepared for it. Like for the first time, it might be a little difficult, but from the next time onwards, they will be prepared for it better. Next is showing pending and confirmed transactions. So it happens a lot in blockchain that transactions are sometimes pending or they take a long time. So it's important to show the blockchain. Other than the blockchain on your app as well to show that the transaction is pending and not only their wallet. Showing the value in fiat currency. So this is very much important because we are right now dealing in fiat currency and not have adopted the cryptocurrency properly. So it is important to show whenever we go through a transaction. So like in this, for 1 Ethereum it's showing approximately this amount and the gas fee as well in the bracket $43 and $45. So this is very important. So this kind of reassures the user to go through, and visibility of gas fees and time implications, of course. So when you are, this is I think MetaMask page. So whenever you are making them go through a transaction, just inform as much as that how much fees they will be paying for what kind of transactions. So yeah. So this was trust gaining with transparency. Now there is one thing that blockchain is immutable and self-governing. So what this means is there are a lot of things that can't be reversed in blockchain because of course the main property of the blockchain is it can't be manipulated. So from sign-ins to transactions, for every step that is irreversible or outside the control of your dApp, you should show them in advance that on the action page itself that this is going to be irreversible. So what this do is first they make them ready. They make them behave in such a way that next time when they will be coming, the transaction is going to be irreversible. So it creates a mental model for them. And the other thing, it also gives you a ethical advantage for your dApp. One thing that we can do, there are sometimes accidental transactions happening. Like I didn't want to do the transaction, but I mistakenly tapped on it and my money got deducted. So what we can do in such cases, from the UX point of view, we can make the transactions that with using some gestures, like slide to complete the transaction or swipe the page or something like that. That is not so easy for the user, and they will do it only if they want to do the transaction. So one thing, let's move on to immutability. So first thing is account recovery. So in Web2, there is due to the centralization, we are so spoiled with this forward password functionality that we don't remember like less used app. We just go to forget password and voila, our account is here again. But where it doesn't work in Web3, because in Web3 if you lose your key phrase, you lose everything. So a good example is this new wallet. So I found this, they have while creating the account, they take you through a journey where they can't, the user can't, the user will do the backup or not use the key phrase. So their method is in such a way. You can see the coordination of colors and all the things they use, and maybe you can try it later. So data interoperability is a big thing in Web3. So if I get a better dApp where I can store my all the NFTs or cryptos, so I'll go to that and I just need to have a key phrase of my previous wallet, and so this is why we should be very particular about design, because user can afford to shift from one to another, which gives better design. So there is no space basically here to have a bad design. Prevent possible errors. Educate on consequences. Then this is again on the action page whenever the user is taking going to take an action. You can have some tutorial gestures running through, or this warning signs if the user does some goes above the limit or below the limit in something. So this helps because it will warn them and stop basically. And of course, we talked about irreversible transactions. So you can ask questions, and so in conclusion, basically I want to say UX is not some structured thing that is written in the book and it is over. It is we achieve UX by trying and receiving the feedback and getting to know the behavior. So UX is much like trial and error. So you learn from your trial and errors and the others' trial and errors. But the important thing is to learn. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, sure.
Like how UX can help for like mass adoption of dApps besides transferring features.
For mass adoption, I'd say only when people will be educated more about the blockchain and will be, as much as I get to know it more, I will be using it more. So that's the thing. There was a time when I didn't use even Uber or some payment app, but as the time goes, we get to see our friends' trials. So we learn through these only. Of course, if if someone is promoting something that people already, someone or something that people already know, if that is connected to a new thing, people try to, they would want to try it more by themselves. Thank you.
Your presentation was much more into DeFi and decentralized issues.
Yes.
But the key is in the just so what about other things?
So,
UI is everything. You might do whatever in back end, you may do it. And it goes to like demand service. Everything depends on UI. So what about the other applications?
So what UI are you talking about?
Let me what I do is a social media application. Which has almost everything. And I was kind of what about that?
Right. So yeah, I will majorly talk about the transaction thing more because of course that's the most important thing. Of course you want to make money from the DR, and the hardest part is to sell it to the customer. And yeah, of course I talked about that that's well. So regarding the AR, VR and metaverse and those kind of dApps, of course the experience part is kind of we are little aware. Say we have PUBG. So if we have played PUBG, in the start when they onboard you, they give you boards or very easy players to play with, so you learn easily. And then how your level rises, they give you that kind of players by AI. So that's very important because, like I said, you can't make a kid learn something by making them feel stupid. So that's how it works in all kind of apps, that if you want them to use it more, you have to educate it about more. And as much as the community is involved, the better it is. So, any other question?
So you mentioned one thing about showing prices in fiat and then also showing
Yes.
crypto or some currencies.
Right.
But in my experience, what I have felt is sometimes there is fluctuation in these prices. Okay?
Mhm.
When this fiat price goes like drops up to like somewhat 10
Mhm.
times, 20 times. Okay, and these differences make people very concerned. Okay, so what's happening? Because in our current application, let's say CurtFit as an application, they give you some offers, okay, and there is some price written here. If we charge something in crypto, these prices drastically fall down, okay. But if we charge in like some crypto and keep those fluctuating according to our needs, so then those prices can be mentioned. But it's not the case that the price of fiat in the morning and the evening will be same, okay. But people are more concerned about looking at these fluctuation prices when you buy something or you want to sell something. Okay, so it makes it much more difficult. So what do you feel about it?
So you are saying that there is a running offer, say in crypto. So the price in crypto remains the same, but the price in fiat changes. So of course, I think I didn't explain it carefully, that example. So what it was doing, the transaction page, first thing it was showing approximate time with fiat, okay. And the other thing was they have a small red color counter, of course, because red color attracts the attention, grabs the attention. So they put in red color that this price is only valid for this amount of seconds. So if the user transacts in that amount of time, they get to spend that many fiat currency, and if the user doesn't, so that amount expires basically, and the new amount shows up.
Okay.
So
So that is actually on the finance exchange. So
yes, right.
that works there. And some other things. So you mentioned you are a developer and designer. Okay. So do you have any suggestions for the design side of things? Okay, because I am a developer. I can design, but I'm not that good in the design side. But do you have some references in the Web3 space or in the normal space where we can find out good UX implemented for the users?
So you want to enter the UX, or how are you, like, you want to build something?
Yeah, full stack blockchain development.
Right.
Okay. So I built up in React, but I also feel there is a issue in the connect with the users. Okay. So you find some good UX till now, because I have seen one inch and some applications.
Yes.
But I haven't feel all of those UX are that good for adoption. Okay. So do you know anything which we can take away now? What we refer to?
I mean, takeaway would be better if you take it from like multiple sources, because again, like I showed so many examples and all were from different ones. So I mean, someone is doing something like perfectly. So try to get that, and UX is more about psychology, like how your user gets it. So that's why we have color theory and all that action buttons and all that things. So these things, I'd say like maybe you can try little bit in learning about user psychology, or and I learned this from this designer Donald A. Norman. So he has written so many good design books, and even when you watch his TED Talks, so he has a completely psychological design point of view, and I mean, his principle works in every world. Like if there's Web 2, Web 3, or even there's a Web 10, they will work. So I suggest you follow them if you want to, like.
Can you just repeat that name, Donald A?
Donald A. Norman. Norman. Norman.
And is there any visual tools or any reference materials you can suggest? Not Web3, but for design.
Not actually courses, but my learning was mostly through YouTube. Like, most of the resources are available for free. So again, yeah, you can follow this design, or yeah, I can get you some more. I don't remember the list right now, but of course, we can connect it. Any other questions?
I want to ask, we talked about like we are spoiled with the forward password thing, right?
Yes.
So if we can't get people to, the onboarding is so hard, then why would the person want to get into it? It's like, why will I use this instead of using the forward password? Is there any way around it, how we can get them onboarded?
Onboarding difficulties have been there always, like in every space. When we were transitioning from Web 1 to Web 2, there were the difficulty was the internet unavailability, and right now it is this. Of course, we figured out something of that simplicity in Web 3 at some point of time, but again, the users that Web3 provides as compared to the Web2 world, the utilities that we have been missing right now, until now. So, I think this is a small problem in front of that, all the, the data and payment securities. So all these things, if they can be managed by taking this little discomfort, so we can afford it right now, but of course we'll find out a way in the future. So, Okay, I'm so sorry I didn't add my Twitter or anything here. But my username is on Twitter is Khyati, KHYATI underscore TNW. Okay. So if there are no more questions, let's get into making our dApps successful. Wow.
Yeah.